Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Syarif from Polytechnic Negeri Nunukan. Now, I will like to present about my research with title Study on the Application of Earthquake Resistance Standard SNA 1726 by 2019, again building in Yogyakarta city. The next slide about introduction. Yogyakarta is an area prone to earthquakes. Failure of building structure can be caused, among other, by miscalculation in planning, inadequate planning with the implementation of work in the field. The building that will be the object of research in this study is a building that has X floor using a concrete structure. The purpose of this study is to determine the performance of the building with story depth, deviation between level and the story shear of the building. The next slide about research objectives. Response spectrum of the 2012 Indonesian National Standard Design for Earthquake. The result of the analysis from the Pushkin website of net stable graphical response spectra and data of the design value of the acceleration response spectra of dike. Please see in the slide. Analysis and discussion. The first, structural modeling. Initial modeling was carried out with the ETAPS program. The dimension of the structure of the estimate in determining the initial dimension which will later get the dimension of the structure according to the force that are obtained. Column with dimension 800 by 800 mm, beams with dimension 400 by 800 mm, and flat 125 mm. The next slide about the second, dynamic response spectra earthquake loading. The high and medium soil spectra parameter of Yogyakarta city based on the Indonesian spectra design web are. Please see in the slide. Analysis of response spectrum. Spectra Yogyakarta by 2019. Spectra Yogyakarta 2012. The next slide about the third, relation of static earthquake load dynamic. Based on SNA 1726 2012, the dynamic earthquake load must not be less than 85% of the static earthquake load on or other word dynamic. The next slide about relation of static earthquake load dynamic. Building lateral style. The lateral earthquake force of the descent of earth flow in obtained from the shear force of earth flow of the descent result of the previous analysis. The earthquake force on a flow is the difference between the shear force between the flow, so that the respective value can be seen in the table below. Lever lateral force ratio. Please see in the slide. Design control. The first, Definition between flow of SNA 1726 2019 based on article 7.12.1 table 16. Definition between flow of SNA 1726 2012 permit for types of structure that fall into all other types of structure and are in this category 2. The definition limit between the permit flow is 0.020. Please see in the slide Interstory Drift by SNE 2019 and then SNE 2012 and limit drift. The next slide about the sand control. From the calculation, we get the main endpoint tension 36D22 and step 2 for the 10 space 100 for the super area and for the 10 space 150 for the field area. The details for a column of function can be seen in the fluid image. Please see in the slide. Thanks for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.